Hello learners, this is Elena Mishra. Welcome to Snape's Biology. Today I am going to discuss about leaves. In this context, we will study about parts of the leaf, different type of the leaf, venation of lamina, whether the leaf is simple or compound, arrangement of the leaf on stem or its branches, and different types of modifications of the leaves. So let's start. So first we know what is leaf. The leaf is a green lateral, generally flattened structure borne on stem or its branches. It develops a node laterally and bears a bud in its axil. The leaves are originate from shoot apical meristem and it arranged in acropetal order. That means the older leaves at the base and the younger leaves towards the apex of the branches or stem. Next, firstly, the main function of the leaf is to perform photosynthesis, that is to manufacture food. Secondly, transpiration, that is to check the loss of water from the plant. And third is gaseous exchange through a specialized opening called stomata, which is present in the lamina of the leaves. Besides this, the leaf perform the secondary functions after certain modifications in them, which we will discuss later. Next comes to structure of leaf. So here is a typical foliage leaf consists of three distinct parts: leaf base, petiole and lamina. On the stem we find nodes and internodes. From the node arise a leaf. In this leafy part there is a basal part, that is, it is the part which is attached to the node. This is known as leaf base, or in technical term it is called hypopodium. This lower part has also two tiny structures which protect the leaf buds, and these structures are known as stipules. Next comes to the stalk of the leaf. The stalk of the leaf is known as petiole, and the technical term given to this is mesopodium. The green, flat, big part which is visible the entire part is known as lamina or leaf blade, and this part is technically known as epipodium. In this flat green structure, normally we see a main line which is known as midrib, and there are branches arise from this, and these branches they further get branched and we find a network. This is actually known as veins. Veins are nothing but the vascular tissue, that is xylem and phloem. The outer part is known as leaf margin and the tip part is known as leaf apex or leaf tip. So this is a simple leaf. So now let's talk about the leaf base or hypopodium. When we see the leaf base, we find there are some variations or modifications in it. First is pulvinous. In some plant, the leaf base becomes distinctly swollen and forms a broadened cushion-like structure, the pulvinous. It is commonly known as swollen leaf base. So, if we see the leaf base, for example, in case of Mimosa pudica, in touch-me-not plant, the movement which we are shown by the leaf is actually due to exoosmosis which takes place in this pulvinous. Another examples are mango leaf, banyan leaf, in some legumes, etc. Second is seething leaf base. This is actually the characteristic feature of monocotyledons. Here the stem is slender with long internodes and the leaf makes a sheath or cover around this part. For example, G maize, sugarcane, wheat, banana, etc. In case of banana, seeding of many leaves jointly makes a stem-like structure known as pseudostem or false stem. True stem of the banana is an underground stem. Sometimes the seeding leaf base only partially enclose the stem. So this type of seeding leaf base is known as auriculate or semi-amplexicol. It is found in case of Calotropis, and sometimes the leaf base completely enclose the stem. This type of leaf base is known as amplexicol, and this is found in case of Sonchus. Next, the third one is decurrent leaf base. In some plant, the petiole and leaf base both become broad, flat and winged. This enseeth the upper part of the nodes. For example, Symphytum. Next comes to petiole or mesopodium. So petiole is the stalk of the leaves. Leaves may be with petiole or without petiole. So leaves with petiole is known as petiolate, and leaves without petiole are called sessile. So in this case we also find there are some variations or modifications in the petiole. The petiole may be hollow in case of papaya, or it may be winged in case of citrus, or it may be tendriller or spongy. In acacia, the petiole is modified into leaf-like structure called phyllodes. So these are the modifications which are found in case of petiole. Next is lamina or epipodium. Lamina is a thin, flat, expanded part of the leaf. Midrib is present at the middle of the lamina, which is running from its base to apex. Lateral branches arise from the midrib, which is further branched to form ventlets. The vein and ventlets are not only support but also conduct water, minerals and food through the leaf. So these are the various parts of the leaf and their modifications. Next comes to stipules. As we know, stipules are the paired tiny structure which protect the leaf primordium. The stipules are mainly found in dicotyledonous plant and very rarely found in monocotyledons. Leaf with stipule is known as stipulate leaf. Leaf without stipule is known as exstipulate leaf. In some case, stipple is present instead of stipule. For example, clitoria. In this case, a small stipule may be present at the base of each leaflet. So depending upon how long these stipules would stay on the plant, it will categorized into three types: caducous, deciduous and persistent. So the caducous means as soon as the leaves start to unfold, these stipules fall off. Their function is to protect the leaf primordium, that is the tiny bird-like structure. For example, Opuntia. Second is deciduous. Sometimes the stipules stay or remain unless the leaf is completely unfolded. They are known as deciduous stipules. So stipules, they fall off after the leaf unfold completely. For example, mulberry. Third one is persistent. That means the stipules are going to stay with the leaf as long as the leaf stay on the plant. Such stipules is called persistent. For example, pea, rose, etc. Next is types of stipules. The stipules can be various types. First one is free lateral stipules. These stipules are present independently both the sides of the leaf base. These are usually small and green in color. For example, China rose or hibiscus, cotton, etc. Sometimes the dry scales arise laterally from the base of the leaf. These are the scaly stipules. For example, Desmodium, Spergula. Sometimes the stipules are joined with the petiole and giving the petiole wing-like appearance. This type of stipule is known as adnate stipules. This is found in rose, groundnut, etc. Next, in some plant, both the stipules of a leaf combine together and form a hollow tube around the stem from nodes to certain internodes. This type of stipules is known as ocreate stipules, which is found in Polygonum and Rumex. Next is interpetiolar and intrapetiolar stipule. In interpetiolar stipules, the two stipules arising in between the petiole of the two opposite leaf. Here, the two stipules of the two leaves are found in place of 4. For example, Ixora. In intrapetiolar stipules, these stipules are situated between the petiole and the axis. Here also, both the stipules of a single leaf fused with each other to form a single stipules. For example, Gardenia. Next is foliaceous stipules, where the stipules are modified into leaf-like structure at the base, so they are called foliaceous stipule, and the stipule has become weak, flat, green structure. For example, pea. So next is bird scale or convolute stipules. These are the scaly stipules and occur on the ventral side of the petiole. These protect the vegetative bird at the early stage of the development and fall off after the leaf primordium unfold. This is found in case of magnolia, fucus, ricinus, etc. Next, if the stipules is modified in spiny structures, then they are known as spinous stipules. Instead of delicate green structures, they would become pointed green or brownish structures. For example, Ziziphus, including all the varieties of berries, has two stipules which is modified into spiny structure. Next is tendrillous stipules. In this case of the leaf, the stipules are at the base. They become spirally coiled structure called tendrils. Usually such stipules lies on the side of the petiole. For example, smilax. So these are the various types and modifications of the stipules according to their shape, position, color and size. Next is types of leaf, which we will discuss in my next video. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for more updates. Thank you.